Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Create Expectations. So if you haven't watched part 1, you just need to go back to Zara's channel and watch part 1 and get all of the context and all of the fun, informational tidbits and then come
Yeah,
back, right?
it's the real fun of this.
The real fun. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the stuff you need. It's the meat and potatoes. So
Yeah,
it's what you need, and then if you're still game for more, then come over here. No, I like
right.
this. I like what we talk about here too.
I like all of it.
I don't. You didn't sound that convincing. I
I was trying to figure out.
I like all of it.
I did not say it like that. I was trying to figure out how I could relate it to food. And then I was like, I like all food. And then I was like, no, I don't. I hate Brussels sprouts and I hate mushrooms.
I ate
So
Brussels sprouts today.
friendship over. Ugh.
Why are you delighting in your pickiness?
I'm not picky. I just have taste.
You eat gluten-free cookies.
Not by choice. I have to do that.
You defend them, though.
Because I've had worse.
Okay. All right. Fine. Fine, fine,
Oh
fine.
man. All right. So we're gonna do speed JAC here because we ran out of time on your channel. Before we start though, do people actually enjoy speed GAC? Is this something we should keep doing? We would like to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it entertaining? Because if
Right.
it's not, we can just cut it out.
Right. And talk about other stuff.
Yeah. Like
Like,
we could fit more GAC stuff in.
oh, I was gonna say we could go over like ice cream flavors,
Yeah.
different types of pie. Anyway.
Yeah, the goal is to slowly transition this whole show into a cooking channel, actually.
Yeah. Um, I went to look this up and I completely forgot. And this is so bad because we do this every week. Did you go first last week or did I go first last week?
uh,
um,
I don't know. That's why I laugh, because I'm like, I don't know.
um,
We should actually just like write it down. It's
we
easy
should
enough.
just write it down and we don't because why do something logical?
Right. Well, we're on the dessert portion. Who cares?
Right.
So,
I
okay, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I was gonna say I
What's
think
your
I went
preference?
first. I don't really have a preference. I think I went first last week though.
Or you just follow your heart? What does your heart tell you?
My heart tells me to get a piece of apple pie and that I went first last week.
Okay. Is pie gluten? You can get gluten-free pie.
You can get gluten-free pie.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't taste totally awful.
It's good. Okay.
All right. Tell
Gosh,
me what
my I'm just my
your
notes are always
notes.
so bad.
I'm like here, I'm like, yes, my notes are so serious and I've got it. And so for reference, because we haven't actually explained this, we always say like your notes are bad. We have given ourselves you can only have one line worth of notes. So you gotta
Right.
condense. So we have a 60-second GAC recap and a one line like summary to let us remember what to say.
Right.
Anyway, and yours are just awful.
They are. Well, because they're funny.
Right, they're hilarious, but they're not helpful.
Right. And I wish I could share them, but they're not for polite company. They're always
No,
just full of just really not
terrible.
okay things to say.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. Okay, so you tell me when you're ready, and you can decipher your impolite things.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
All right, so go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so the context of this is that I'm in a top 50-ish group. I started number 55, so technically in the top 50 group. And first match was a rematch against Darkside, who I beat last time. By luck, he got trapped on my Iden. This time he actually failed against Iden as well, and I eventually had a really intense, crazy, epic, awesome match and won by one banner, and that was really cool. And he failed on Iden once, so that was fun as well. Next, I faced Fallen, and he just demolished me. I couldn't get out of his front zone. I failed against his Jedi Master Kenobi for the first time with Jedi Master Luke for like months and months, and he would have beat me anyways because he had a really great back zone that he showed me later after the fact. And then the final match was against a guy with a bigger roster than me. Good player, and I made a mistake. I couldn't clear his Kenobi once again in the back zone, and so instead of just accepting that fact, I used good teams to try to clear it. Couldn't clear it.
Time.
Then I struggled. On the
You
top
almost
zone.
had it.
It was close. It was close.
So you struggled.
I struggled. I struggled on the top zone when I didn't need to because I used good teams on the bottom to try to clear Kenobi when I should have just used the teams up top, and I ended up losing by 30 banners that I absolutely could have gotten by just not being dumb. So, like, that the thing that I always want to be real careful about expressing is I could have won if I wasn't stupid.
Right.
But it's not a should have won. That's not by any stretch what I would say. So, like people are like, oh, I should have won or whatever. Like, and who knows? Maybe if I had scored more banners, he would have been more careful and he would have also done better. Who knows? But it just feels like it was so avoidable. I also don't want to say like, oh, I lost it for myself. Like that gives no agency to my opponent. Like huge props to him. Like he marched through my defenses way better than I thought he could. And even though I trapped him a couple good times, like at that level, man, just one mistake is enough to sink you. So huge props to him. I'm upset, but not at him.
Right.
Good
Another
competition.
week. Another week.
1 and 2, man, but it's all right. I was in the top 50. I was number 38 for a little bit, so we're getting progress going a little bit. All right, so you ready for yours?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, and 3. Right. No, are you ready?
I am ready. I'm good.
All right. Let's see. Go in. Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so the first guy I faced was 8.3 million GP and 5 Galactic Legends, and he just ended up luckily had to two-shot my Ray, which meant that he couldn't clear my Kenobi in the back zone, so he couldn't full clear. I ended up full clearing because somebody helped me with my ships, and I ended up winning. The next guy I faced was 7.8 million GP with 5 Galactic Legends, but he also had Star Killer. He one-shot my entire board. I tried to trap him, did not happen. I ended up messing up on my Star Killer counter. I messed up on Executor. I had to use 4 fleets on it. It was total gong show, and ended up losing. Did not work. And the last guy I faced was 8.1 million GP. He had 5 Galactic Legends, and I just trapped him so good. I drew out the exact right counters that I wanted to draw out in my front zone, and he could not clear my back. He did not even try to clear my ships. He had
Stop. So
sad.
Not a gong show.
No, I was so proud of that last one. Like I did it exactly it was great. Like that was just exactly how I wanted to scout, and everything just played out how I wanted it to play out. Even when I looked at the history today, I was like, yes, he did exactly what I wanted him to do. So I was pumped.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, well, and so I just want to say, because this was the one thing that people were asking me about, was when I was talking about this opponent to a couple of people, this was an opponent who regularly gets basically max banners, like in between 1845 and 1860 regularly. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was like, I need to stop him because he's just gonna roll right through me if I don't stop him. Like that was the only way to win. So I was happy that it worked.
So you gong showed him.
A gong showed him. And it worked. It's great.
Yeah, it's like you threw a gonk droid at him.
Yeah.
It's a gonk show.
And I set my, I think I told you this, I set my executor and both of my GE2 fleets on defense that round.
Nice.
So I had like, not the strongest fleets on offense. It's great. It's fantastic. Anyway,
Sounds great.
it was great. So that's our GAC.
Nice. And yeah, congrats on the awesome wins.
Thanks.
So real quick, you've been doing your GAC recaps for every match, and I'm just curious because obviously I've been doing this for years now. How does it feel to you when you've lost and you still have to make a GAC recap, as opposed to when you win and it's a win you're proud of and you have to make the GAC recap? Like, do you enjoy one more than the other?
I mean,
that's kind of a leading question, but
well, it's obviously way easier to make the one that you've won because like you're in a better mood, to be honest. The first couple that I had to make where I lost were, I honestly felt like embarrassed, and I was like, well, this is like normal, so I just have to show it, and like it's fine. I think now though, every time that I've lost and I've made my recap, I just try to find what I did wrong in the battles so that I can at least point that out and then be like, this is where the learning opportunity was and what went sideways. So that's what I've been trying to look at it as. But yeah, I mean, it's way easier and way more enjoyable to make the ones that you win, especially the ones that you're like proud of. For like this last one, I loved the fact that my plan worked perfectly.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. I don't like posting the ones that even still, like even as I've posted dozens of losses at this point, it's still tough I mean,
Well,
I even value the humility of being able to point out my mistakes. Like that is something that I value. I want to do that because people need to see these mistakes and learn from, hopefully they can learn from my mistakes, but
right.
it's still, I'd rather people think I was a genius, and
Well, yeah, and then you like it's that saying like everyone's a critic, right? And which is fair, and I've said this from the get-go is that I want people's feedback because I obviously am missing things if I'm losing, and there are things that I'm doing wrong that I would love if you notice, if you're like, oh, like why would you do that? You should do this instead. Don't be a dick about it, but
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I think
don't be dicks.
Yeah, I think that's just how everyone in general gets better at this game. Like you just take feedback from everybody and just make it and apply it and go on.
Yeah, I'm pretty selective about feedback. Well, okay, so I'll always listen, but
yeah,
there's a good chance that so there's times in chat or in chat too when I'm doing my stream, but also just in the comments. I'm like, sometimes like what I really like is when I have people who are have crazy knowledge about one specific faction. They're like, I love Night Sisters, and so I'm like, okay, I'm passable with Night Sisters. Let's throw them in there. Okay, I lost or maybe I won, but it was scary. And someone gets on and says, hey, here, like I know Night Sisters better than anyone in the whole world. Here's the 5 things you did wrong, and I'm like, oh, that makes a ton of sense,
right.
But some people are like, oh, you totally shouldn't have done such and such. I'm like, well, you're forgetting that Malik was there, and Malik shuts down Sith, turn meter gain. And so like your whole feedback like would make sense without Malik, but because he's there, your feedback doesn't, so you have to be a little discerning about it. But yeah, I always welcome feedback if it's respectful. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's the biggest thing. So
yeah. Well, and you've done a good job of receiving it with grace, which is good.
Thanks. I've tried. I mean, I obviously don't know everything.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you.
Thanks. This next week will be interesting.
I especially liked how you handled ships in your first match this last week.
Oh. Yeah, that was just flawless.
It was you just played ships so well
I
there.
just really knew what I was doing that day.
It seemed very impressive. Like I couldn't really disagree with any of your moves. So,
I don't know what happened the rest of the week.
I don't know. Wow, we're already 15 minutes in on this. So
Okay.
what's next?
Okay. So do you want to do viewer questions, pack, or roster roast? Take your pick, because I don't think we have enough time for
Oh,
all
yeah.
three.
What's your preference?
Let's do the pack and the roster roast.
No questions.
Do you want to do a question? We can do one question. I don't
Okay,
think we can do both.
let's do one quick question.
Okay, so you pick the question.
Oh dear Lord.
We'll do the
Okay.
other one next week.
All right, we'll just do the top one here.
Okay.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, you usually read it, so
I know.
I want to prove my literacy here.
Good luck.
That's my big opportunity. All right, so Russ says people are thinking new Galactic Legends will be announced soon. How do you think this will affect Conquest? It's now quite easy. Excuse me. It's now quite easy finishing it in 10 days with 2 refreshes a day and low stress easy. With 4 Galactic Legends to get the red box. So, does CG need to keep making this mode more difficult?
What are your thoughts?
Well, I just read it, so I'll let you.
So you want my thoughts?
Well, you're the Conquest person, anyways. Like that's what matters to you. So.
I honestly don't think new Galactic Legends, if they are announced, will affect Conquest, because every 3 months we get a new iteration. So every 3 months there's going to be new feats. And to be honest, the way that it's been working, it doesn't really matter how many Galactic Legends you have, because you still need teams that don't use your Galactic Legends. You still need to do 14 battles with Galactic Republic. You still need to do 14 battles with Imperial Troopers, or whatever the faction may be. And that is what is taking the longest for Conquest, is doing those battles, if you choose to do that feat, of course. Having more Galactic Legends, yes, makes it easier for you to walk through the sectors to get to the end of the sectors, but then you're just having to go back and clean up anyway. So I don't think they're necessarily going to make it easier for you to get the feats done. It's just going to make it easier for you to go get your data discs so that you can equip them and then go do the feats that you missed out on earlier because you were walking straight to the finish line.
Sure. So I agree with all your points here. And I think the one thing that I'll add on is that if we add new Galactic Legends, the people who are getting the new Galactic Legends are going to be endgame people anyways, because it is not easy. You don't have Lord Vader, for instance, Sarah.
No.
And he's tough to get. He's just tough to, like, he's a tough unlock. And so if you've gone through the challenge of actually unlocking these new endgame Galactic Legends, then you probably have the roster to manhandle or stick handle the Galactic Legends or the Conquest.
The Conquest.
Up to red crates. So.
And that's the thing, like, and you see that, like, you do this all the time. You can finish Conquest in what, a week?
Yeah,
like you plow
6 days. Yeah.
You plow right through. Your alt, like for me, this last iteration, I was finishing it, quote unquote earlier, but it still took me like 11 days to get it done. And that was with one Galactic Legend. So, I mean, and that also just goes to prove that you don't need all 6 to get red crate.
No, just Jedi Master Luke.
Just Jedi Master Luke. Gets it done. So
I had a comment the other day. Someone said, Jedi Master Luke is the worst GL to get ever because he breaks up too many teams. I'm like,
what?
Crazy, man. And they were like, as the first Galactic Legend to get, you should never get Jedi Master Luke. And I'm like, well, there are good reasons to get other ones, but I wouldn't say that if he just happened to be, if I just had to roll a dice and they just like, they said, hey, congratulations, here's your one galactic legend, like, I'd be pretty damn happy to get Jedi Master Luke. He seems like the best character, the best galactic legend in a lot of ways for a
Yeah.
lot of different game modes. But
That's so funny that you had that comment, because I had a comment today that was like, "Oh, it's so interesting that you split Jedi Master Luke and Jedi Knight Luke on your teams, and you run like I run two
oh yeah,
fully separate Jedi teams and just split them." Which I'm well aware of the fact that obviously having Jedi Knight Luke on Jedi Master Luke makes him a lot stronger, but
sure.
it's funny that you were getting complaint about it, and I fully. And like I don't just split it in GAC, I split it in territory battles too. They're separate entities to me. It's two teams.
Yeah, for the most part, that's accurate for. I use. It just depends on who I'm countering. But anyways, we got to move
Yeah.
right along. So what's next? Pack
All right.
review.
Pack review. So let me go to the pack.
All right, and I'll get us to the game.
All right. Teamwork.
Madness. We're the game.
Whoa. We're at the pack.
Whoa.
At least
All
I
right,
am.
which pack are we at?
So
Which one?
I want to do the Relic Enhancement Bundle 1 because we haven't done it yet.
Okay.
It's $14 Canadian, so I believe it's $10 American.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, you haven't bought the other pack though.
No,
the
not.
$10. Ooh.
Ooh,
have-
I gotta buy that one. I got 41
You have
minutes.
40 minutes. All right, I'll try to
All right.
remind you when we're done with this.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is the pack. So it's $10. And
Mhm.
I clicked on it earlier and I was like, ooh, awesome. 10 Zin Biddles. Done. Great deal. I would pay $10, I guess $14 any day for 10 Zin Biddles. Sold.
Mhm.
And then I went and read it. It's not 10 Zin Biddles. You get a little grouping of gear. So you either will get 70 circuit boards with 70 bronzium wiring, so the two top left,
Mhm.
plus 20 of the fragmented data, or you're going to get 30 bronzium wiring, 30 chromium transistors, 20 data, and 20 incomplete signal data. Like, the most likely outcome is 32% for one of those bundles. There's 3 different bundles, and not one of them includes Zin Biddles.
You have a 4% chance of getting some Zin Biddles, though.
Correct. 4%. And you can buy this pack 3 times. And there's also a 4% chance of getting the heat sinks and the electrium conductors. So
Can I just express how I hate this layout? Like that, you're right. That you click on it, you're like, oh, $10 to get 10 Zin Biddles and 20
Yeah.
Electrium. Like, hell yeah! I'll buy it I'll spend $30. Yep, there you go. Every time.
Yeah.
And then you look, you're like, oh, actually, that's pretty bad. That really sucks. In fact.
Yeah, like I looked at this and I was like, okay, so I will either get a random amount of bronzium between 30 and 70 and 15 to 30, squid things, and like that's how I was reading it. And I was like, I'm gonna get all of this for $10. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I hate their little blurb at the top. Limited time. Oh, no, don't scroll down, please.
Sorry.
I'm like, it's at the top. You're like, I'm scrolling down. But thank you for that, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So it's limited time bundle, blah blah blah, with a chance to win high value materials needed for Relic 7 upgrades. With a chance, like
Yep.
a 4% chance. Woo.
So straight garbage.
Yeah, this is the kind of pack that makes me just I'm like, man, how much money have they made off of this stupid sketchy BS?
Well, how many people have bought this pack thinking they're gonna get all of it?
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. How much money have they made based off of like, hey, based off of Zin Biddle enthusiasm?
Right, exactly.
You know?
That's right away for me. I was like, oh my gosh, 10 Zin Biddles, yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I blew 4,800 crystals today buying Simbiddles. I just blew through them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a thing. So, uh, yeah, don't guys. Even if there's, I don't know. I didn't do the cost value analysis stuff
No.
there. I didn't do the math for it. My guess is that it comes out to, if you're just gonna buy all this stuff in shipments, it's probably like you kind of break even ish at least. You know, maybe it's an okay deal, but this is this kind of pack is the worst kind of pack,
Yeah.
and I don't want to condone anyone actually spending money on it and encouraging CG to continue to make packs like this.
Yeah. I don't even think it's worth it if you I don't even think you break even if you were to buy like this. If you were to buy 70 carb whatever circuit boards and 70 bronzium wiring and 20 fragmented signal data, I don't think you even break even.
Probably not.
So, yeah. Don't buy this.
Yeah, guys, don't buy it. Okay, what's
All right.
next?
Roster roast? How much time do we have for a roster roast? Do we have time?
Well, like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's usually about how much time we take, anyways.
That's true. All right. Here it is.
All right. This is Canuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to knock him down a few pegs here.
Yeah. So, like we said, 7.6 million GP. So it's a bigger roster. We're giving you a challenge.
Oh, giving you a challenge too.
Oh boy.
Okay, so first off, why Relic 7 on Lord Vader? Don't if you got Lord Vader, that means you're capable of Relic 8ing characters, and Lord Vader needs like he's like the third on the list for Relic 9. Do Relic 8. Like just if you value okay, so
Fair.
continue.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's. I mean,
Just right at the gate. Yeah.
we'll just glance at ships because I don't know
Okay.
if there's going to be any holes here.
Oh yeah, click on the upside down thing,
Okay. Good point.
please.
Good point.
Because he's got all the ships, all the capital ships.
All right.
He even has them all relicked, so all right, less ammunition than I was hoping
Well,
for.
no, Radis isn't done.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
Radis is
yeah.
not done. She's not even close to being done. How do you only have 4-star Radis? What is going on here?
He doesn't even have level 85 Holdo or Hux.
Yeah.
Both of that, like the ships are 85, but the characters aren't.
Yeah.
You just don't care about like that part of the game. Like you don't want to win.
Oh,
I guess that's fine.
That's sad.
You don't have to enjoy winning. Not everyone does, but it's okay, Canuck. I like your Ewok theory. You're good.
Oh man.
You'll always have that. Oh man, that silencer is real sad.
It's so
Real
sad.
sad. Oh,
Silencer is sad.
it's cute. It's not even cute. It's like in that ugly phase. You're like, oh, you're not cute anymore. You're ugly.
No.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, those are ships, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's look at characters.
All right. All right.
I'm suddenly not optimistic here.
Okay, so we have 3 Galactic Legends. So Kenobi, Luke, and Vader.
All right.
Okay, so he doesn't have Relic 8 on Vader, right? But he's
Right.
got Relic 9 on Paplu.
I'm sorry, that's delightful. But we gotta. It's not a good choice, Canuck, but I find that delightful anyway. How fast is his Peplu? We have to look.
We have to look.
For context, guys, he is a huge Ewok fan.
Oh my goodness, 294.
Oh, that's so good. At 294 plus, so look at his unique.
Okay, sorry, I'll go back. I'm going back.
So it's 294. Plus 25% speed. So,
yeah, whenever he doesn't have taunt.
Right. So he is just a hair under 400 speed under Chirpa.
That is insane.
Yeah,
and he's got the Chirpa Omicron.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So that's delightful. Let's move on to something we can roast.
All right. Let's just okay. Tons of relics.
Okay, so Treya,
Treya.
you don't think Treya's important?
Oh, your brood isn't even relicked. Are any of your geos relic, or are they just like, I mean, the brute though is like the guy. Oh no. Okay.
Or Zayden, it's like he doesn't care about him. That's fine. I hate Geos too. I'm taking his side. What the hell?
Why are you
Okay.
taking his side? Like usually you're the hard ass and I'm the one that's like, oh, let's be nice.
I don't know. I don't know.
This BB-8 makes me sad.
Why
Oh
do you
my gosh.
put two Zetas on a character that needs to have
How
okay.
fast is he? Oh, those mods hurt my soul.
Well,
258. Yikes.
they have to
Yikes.
be a little bit. I mean, like they can't be 6E.
Well,
They can't all waste good mods. We can't all waste good mods on BB-8 like you do, Sarah.
hey, I moved some of them. We're not roasting me right now.
Well, I know. Why am I taking his side? That's not
Pivot.
okay. It's
Look
because
at
of
this.
Peplu.
Look at this grief.
All right, you're way ahead of yeah. Oh, you
I'm
haven't
sorry.
clicked on him. Yeah, he's
I can click on him.
no, it's fine. He's pathetic. Okay.
He's he's
All right.
he's not doing anything for us.
What would you say you do here other than waste Zetas?
Oh man. I feel like there's every Zeta applied possible on
Hey,
this
but
account.
hey, look, it's your DACA. All right,
Hey, I'm pretty sure my DACA's gear 12.
same thing.
Tomato, tomato. You
It's
know,
it, it's they're both unrelicked.
man.
But don't like that Zeta on her is just so. And you put a Zeta on Fennec.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm just
Why
so
would you do that?
can we just look at his bounty hunters?
Okay, now you know I'm gonna. Okay. Um.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
So he's got all the unlock bounty hunters, and then he's like, I'm gonna put Zetas on him, and I'm gonna forget him.
And then stop and then do nothing. Fennec is so good. Like she's so much fun.
I know he even farmed her. He's like,
Yeah.
that's enough. I'll stop here.
Ah, man. Man.
He's like, I'll put my hopes in the strong arm of Peplu.
Actually, let's do this. Let's just look at the bottom. Okay, so um that
So,
rat that Holdo's not gonna do much for your Radis.
well, not that he has Radis really,
Right.
anyways.
Hey, he's got a Zeta on eighth
On Eight's brother, yeah, I
Oh
noticed
my
that too.
goodness. Oh
That's
my
cool, man.
goodness.
Yeah, that's poor
Ah.
decision making, in yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And Seventh Sister. All the Inquisitors have their Zetas. Yeah, so does Ninth Sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're ready to go. Sith
They're
Trooper, like that. Oh man, that is such a good tank.
yeah. That's okay.
Sorry, that one is not such a good tank, but in general, he usually is such a good tank.
If someone gives a damn about him, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so just a total disdain for anything sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I guess Grandmaster Luke is kind of or whatever Jedi Master Luke, but
Oh
I mean,
man. Oh man, look at Nihilus. Look at Nihilus. No Zeta on Nihilus though. Zeta's on everyone else, but no
yeah,
Zeta.
everyone gets an ILS. I guess gets Zeta. Okay, we're kind of out of time, but I mean, it's
Oh,
probably good. I don't need to look at this train wreck any longer.
all right. We can stop. We can stop looking. We can look away.
If we must.
I say as I don't look away. Here, I'll just hit. I'll just.
Where's his mall? Hold on, does he have mall?
Oh, hang on. I'll go back. I'll go
Because
back.
I don't think he was in the first section.
You know what? That's a great question. Does he have mall?
Because yeah, his dad bod, Sign of Django unlocked. Does he have mall?
No mall. Whoa. But he's got the interceptor ship, so he does conquest sometimes, I guess.
I guess Ewoks weren't good against the mall unlock stuff.
Ah,
Oh, and your
yikes.
band Peplu Relic 9, Bando Relic 4. Got
Well,
it.
I mean, priorities. Does he have I'm assuming he has cat. Yes.
He
Okay.
does. That was what caught my eye. That's what
Okay.
caught my eye.
Ha.
But
Well
okay,
said.
we're
Okay.
out of time.
We're for
So
real out of time.
for reals.
For real. All right.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
it.
That was it. Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Hit the sub button. Go back and hit the sub button on my channel if you haven't yet, and like and everything, please.
Yeah. All the fun stuff.
Yeah, guys. All right. Take care.
Bye.